Hey, Mike, quarantine.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah. So how's it going?
Have you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day?
Yeah,
That's how it's going.
got it. Yeah, about the same over here. I have a question for you, Mike.
It's about my taxes.
Yeah. Or you think?
Okay, what's what's the question?
Of all of the possible art forms and ways to express yourself, why did you decide that putting on a show, doing theater was the direction you wanted to go?
Good question. Um, Good Lord. Let's see. Well, at first, to be honest, before I was even introduced to theater, it was just making movies at home.
Hmm.
That was kind of easier. And then I got introduced to theater in high school, and then going to see sh- my dad's shows because my dad does camera, as you know, but not others.
Right.
So it was a combination of the two because I discovered kind of both at the same time.
Hmm.
Because when my dad was doing those shows for Comedy Central, like Colbert and Daily Show and stuff, I was getting introduced to theater and improv all at the same time.
Right. Right.
So it was like a huge whirlwind of a whole new world opening up.
Hmm.
And I knew I liked that stuff on TV. That was connecting to me. But the stuff that I was doing, which was the same format, it was weird. It was, you know what I mean? It's like the
Yeah.
stuff that I liked, there was an audience and on a stage. And now here I am actually doing stuff on a stage, but it's not the same kind of material that I grew up liking.
Hmm.
So I try to combine those two things. And I had a lot of stuff to say, as most very frustrated, angry teenagers do.
Yeah.
But I say this all the time, but you say one thing in class, you get thrown detention, you do on stage, you get called talented. And once you realize that, you're ready to go. So
Uh-huh.
so it's just taking from what we did on the movies, like in a backyard and outside with my friends, and now all of us are learning theater at the same time.
Right.
So then I just started doing it, and also I was really, really inspired by musicians.
Hmm.
Hence, there's Bob Marley and all these other people that were doing bands in their own stuff, in their own houses, in their garages, and with their friends. So I figured if they do that with music, then why can't we do that with theater? Thus, my life has not been the same since.
Wow.
Yes. So I think it was just a call.
Yeah.
It's just, I needed to do it just to stay out of trouble.
What's been your most memorable experience on stage?
Jesus. That's like asking what's your best moment with your family. Uh, it's hard. uh, well, maybe the first time I did it,
Hmm.
that always has a special place in your heart. The first time
Right.
you do theater, and the first time you're on a show, and the first time you hear an audience, and the first time I remember the very first in high school was my first show. It was a musical, and when we're standing on the wings of the stage, and the lights go out, and we're waiting for the show to start. I'd never been in such darkness in my life, and I was like, "This is so cool." It's being in it, and then I don't know, just it was. I still have dreams about it. I don't know about you, but I still have dreams of biking at the school, and there's a show about to start, and I don't know what, I don't know the words,
Oh,
you know.
happens all the time. I haven't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
years and
Oh, still, yeah, yeah. And everybody's back there. All the people I went to high school with are there, even though now we're all in different parts, of life or in
hmm.
the country. We're all in different things. But that had to be the first time at the high school. Um, you, First time auditioning in front of you, I remember very clearly because
Really.
yes, because you were doing a show. Well, you would know, called Our Town.
Oh yeah,
I
I did.
auditioned. Yes, you did. I auditioned. I was, gosh, sophomore. Yeah, I was a sophomore. And then my audition was I was you putting up the cast list, and my name was on the cast list. I wrote the monologue myself. I remember that. And then I
Man.
remember at the end of it, you went nice impression of me, and I was like, oh, that's not an impression of you. And then yeah, I was in it.
Oh wow.
Yes. So I remember that very clearly because I was like, that's kind of a nice little ballsy way of saying,
Oh,
put me in the damn show.
that was pretty gutsy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was that. And like I said, the first theater teacher opened the door for me. You then kicked the door open for me. And now I realize the room smells pretty nice that I'm in. And I want to stay here, especially this one. This is theater, Coonan. This is the realm of theater.
I see it. It
I
looks
don't
like
know if
the
you noticed.
hell, but yes, it's also.
This is theater. So that's yeah. That had to be it. That had to be it. You get bitten by the bug, as they say.
No,
You
you
know?
do. It's real. Like it
Totally.
becomes an. You have to do it.
Yes, whether you're acting on stage or you're doing or you're stand up, which I am both. Yeah,
Mhm.
I get you. The first laugh, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Because
And then
theater's even a little. Yeah, sorry.
no, I'm saying when it's all over, you try to find ways to make
Do
it
it
come
again.
back.
Yeah, it's very addictive.
Mhm.
Very addictive. Yeah. It's a very healthy addiction
Yes.
to an extent.
Mhm.
But theater is interesting because as opposed to stand up where you see the audience most of the time, theater it's always kind of mysterious because it's totally dark and there's that light shining in your face. So
Yeah.
when you hear the first laugh, that's a whole other level. That's kind of cool as opposed to seeing it. Yeah. It's a little bit more mysterious because you're like playing to some sort of unseen crowd. The
I think.
invisible enemy.
I think that's the part.
Yeah.
It's just hearing the breathing and the coughing, like the
The
lights.
coughing,
All you
the
hear is
random phone going off that pisses you off.
yeah.
or something. But yeah, I still have dreams about it all the time.
Mhm.
Everybody's there, and I think I will forever. I hope so. It's a
Yeah.
nice
You.
little time machine.
Yep. And you get to keep doing it too. That's the best part.
Yeah, and it's one of the few things, unlike sports, where the more you do it, the better you get.
Mhm.
Theater is the same way, but no matter how many times you've done it, it's still hard. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right.
No matter how many times you've done a show, if you do a show right now, you're trying to start, it's still like you just maybe that's why it's exciting because it
Yeah.
doesn't really get old.
No, it's the fear of the unknown. Also,
Yes, which there are a
it's
lot of.
that audience just knowing that they're watching a show and you are supposed to create a world for them, and there's a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, but well, that's one if you're lucky to even have an audience, which is good. There's that
Uh,
nerves,
that's true.
but then when the audience does show up, yeah.
Yep.
Even Stanley Kubrick said it about movies. He said no matter how many times he was making The Shining, and they said like, "Is it easier now after all these great movies you've done?" He said, "No, everyone is like starting over again,"
Mhm.
and that's Kubrick.
Yeah. Imagine the rest of us. How the rest.
Yeah,
Yeah. No. It's.
exactly.
But when it hits though, it's like this energy and this conversation that's being had between performer and audience, and like all of us are in it. It's just this feeling. It's like a wave. It's weird to describe. When it's working, it's working.
Yes, yeah, and I like that when it's working, it doesn't mean it's going to stay working.
Exactly.
You got to keep it going.
Exactly. Right.
It's one of the only like consistent kind of relationships I would have is with that art form. And I'm happy with that.
Good.
Because the shows change.
Right.
But yeah.
Cool,
So
man.
I don't know if I answered it, but yeah, that's where we are.
I think you did. I think that was great. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And I'll talk to you soon.